Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers and members. What we do here, if you are new, is we react to the most disturbing and creepy videos from the internet, and we go through the latest. If you like what you see, don't forget to sub up, turn on the notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. With that being said, let's roll.
Video is for entertainment purposes only.
Guys, I think we're the terrorists. I think the United States and the West, we've always been the terrorists. Great.
Well, I'm at the point where I don't think there's any good guys.
It's like an angel sign. I have no choice. I hear your voice. Feels like flying. When you come my way, it's like a little breath. I'm down on my knees. I wanna take you there in the midnight hour. I can feel the power.
Whoa, was that proof of a firmament? I'm not 100% sure. Someone let me know. Ooh, what do them birds know that we don't? There's something shifty going on there, and they need to share the info.
He knows too much. Son of a bitch. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this because TikTok will probably ban me for this. But please don't. This is just my opinion and my point of view. So for the people that don't know what's going on with this Palestine-Israel thing, let me explain. And for the people that are in doubt, share this video to them. And if you think I'm wrong or you think I'm right, I want you to put in the comments so I know just where I'm at. So the parts in pink, they're saying, nobody even go there. The parts in orange, they're saying reconsider going there. Oh, you son of a bitch. This is meant to be the Holy Land, right? Jerusalem and them, man. Brother, that is Palestine. It's stolen land. We are watching people have their land stolen in front of us. But I don't see nobody doing peace marches. I don't see nobody saying, oh, poor you guys. Israel hits Gaza with one of the deadliest nights of bombings so far. I mean, come on, brother. Ain't this meant to be the Holy Land? Shouldn't we be praying about this? Where's Jesus? Where's Jesus? This is what happens when you're late, Jesus. This is meant to be Jerusalem, the Jews, Israel, the Holy Land. How are these holy men dropping bombs? Just use your brain, people. I don't want to talk too much because I can't say what I want to say. But that place is called Palestine. How are the Palestinians the bad guys? How is Israel still considered as a holy place? History is false. So when you read the Bible, and the Bible says, you know, Jesus came from Israel, you mean he came from Palestine? And, you know, if you're a Christian, if you're a peace marcher, how are you not standing up for this? Where the Christians at? Oh, I know where you guys are. But anyway, people, I don't want to talk too much. I shouldn't have done this video. But Israel is not a real place. The place is called Palestine. And the way they're bombing up this place, and you guys ain't saying nothing, it just shows who's the sheep and who are the leaders.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of bums going on there. I mean, I don't know myself. I'll keep that one. You know, I'll put it out there for you guys. You let me know what you think. But I mean, religion does cause a lot of war, like historically and even in today's world.
Guess what? I'm here with Bill Sosa, who has figured out how the Egyptians made light, and he's going to explain it to us.
You can see on the pictures here, these are the reliefs that are at Dendera. This is called the knife holder tube, and this one's we call the day and night tube. And you can kind of see there's a bulb and a snake inside, some kind of power supply here with a wire going into the flower. And this is the gadget that I ended up making. And you notice that the flower is a lotus flower, and if you look really closely at the things coming out, they look like little snakes. Okay, and
Picture.
yeah, that one's it's the same device. It's the jet pillar.
In all of these devices, you see a snake.
Yes.
Inside.
Right.
Okay.
And so
and what's this?
That's where I explain what the head of it is, because it isn't a light bulb. It doesn't really produce much light. Mm-hmm. It's a model of the sun. Okay, and that's what they tell you. They're creating a small sun, a small stellar nebula inside the bottle. Mm-hmm. And so I'm showing here how the head of the snake is like the heliosphere of the solar system, and how the eye is actually like the sun. Okay, now my gadget doesn't have an eye because we hadn't built this part at the time. Mm-hmm. And this is called the jet pillar. And so like I said, it's a little too humid in here to get it to work really well, and it is a little dangerous. This is a high voltage, so I'm going to turn it on and see what it looks like. I unplugged it.
So the snake is really just light in the shape of a curve.
Yes.
Does the snake have any other symbolism?
No, it's just, you know, model of the sun, model of the stellar nebula. So it's not, yeah, as you can see.
Yeah.
It should be.
Wow.
It should be, you know, it should look more like the one in the picture there. Uh-huh. And it would if it wasn't so humid. And
you said you had to put a flower around it to make it work?
Well, yeah. When I first built it, all you saw was a glow, like that glow there. Uh-huh. And but when I looked at the image, you can see that there's the flower here, uh-huh. And the giant is touching it. Uh-huh. So I told my friend, let's put an aluminum foil ring around it, uh-huh. And I'll touch it, and that's when the snake formed. So this thing actually is called a plasma focus device, mm-hmm. And it focuses the plasma into a snake. And the only reason it works is because the plasma itself pushes away from your hand. Mm. Okay, that's not what other plasmas do. Usually a plasma will come to your fingers. Mm-hmm. This one, it runs away from me. So, and then the arms of the jet pillar should be lifting up the head. And then this part here creates a radio frequency that cavitates, creates bubbles inside the head, and those bubbles become the sun, the eye of the snake. So again, it needs some adjusting. It needs to get into a drier environment. Mm-hmm. But
great. I discovered the secret of Dendera light. And how can people reach you?
Oh, I'm online. You can find a video of me online. Look up my name, William Sosa. Okay. And I did a video about 6 years ago. And I have a Facebook page, William Armin Sosa. So you'll find most of my work is on that Facebook page.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, that is really cool. Second, how was that on the wall in Egyptian times? That is not supposed to be there, right? Along with all the UFO pictures and jets and planes and everything else they seem to have seen.
Can someone explain this?
Well, that looks super dodgy. Whoa, okay, that is some old world stuff going on there. In Georgia, apparently, is what I'm seeing in the comment section. I don't know, someone let me know if you know where that is located, but I do believe that is a legit place, so that is bonkers. And I'm in Albania at the moment, believe it or not, guys, and there is some old world buildings here. It's a very, very interesting country to go and see. Let me know if anyone's been to Albania. But yeah, it's lovely and warm.
If you've ever wondered what a gas station looks like in Iran, I'm going to show you. Merci, Khudafis.
Another country where I've never been, but I would never, that's not what I was envisioning, expecting, Yeah, it's really, really crisp and clean, right?
So we now have video evidence that they're building tents on the new facility they're calling Alligator Alcatraz. Now, my question is, who's building this facility? The first people we've uncovered are Logistic Events Corp, based out of Miami. Another company we found is a company called US Tent Rental. They're based out of Sarasota. These two companies are providing resources to help build this facility, if not, helping build it themselves. Both Logistic Events Corp and US Tent Rental are complicit in what is going to be one of the most inhumane detention centers we've ever seen in our lifetimes. These are two companies that are blatantly and egregiously showing the state of Florida that they value profits over people. They literally want to house 1,000 people, probably more, in tents in the Everglades. I'll let you decide what to do next.
Whoa, okay. That's the first I've heard about tents going up like that. Anybody know anything about that? Because I have no idea.
Watch this right here and tell me if this doesn't blow your mind. That's a human hair right there. This is the Apple CPU, the little chip that's in your phone or your computer. Yeah, watch it and tell me this is not fallen angel technology. I don't know what to say. Because nobody can make something like this. Not even a laser can shoot down that far and create something like this. Yep, just keep watching. We're going way deep. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. It goes further. Yep. And we hit the bottom, finally. This is just, it blows my mind. I can't even fathom it. I can't understand it. But that's exactly what fallen angel technology does. You can't even imagine. You can't imagine it. Can't create it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an amazing bit of technology, which in my lifetime, there's no way we could have done this. It's just the escalation and the boom in the technology world is crazy. It's not human. I believe it's got to be either handed to us or reverse engineered, or the people are on this earth has always been here. It's just been hidden tech that they're releasing bit by bit. For what reason, I have no idea.
Back, I'm talking to Chris Rock. Chris, thanks again for... Back, I'm talking to Chris Rock. Chris, thanks again.
Was that Chris Rock? Because that looked nothing like Chris Rock to start with. And yeah, lizard eyes. Oh dear.
What's that? Oh, birds are trying to get inside people's houses because they look petrified from something outside? Oh, tell me more. Videos are popping up of birds getting into people's houses and they're hiding, which is wild, and they look absolutely terrified. Okay. They're hiding all over the houses, in between cracks of doors, under clothes, and they are like frozen stiff. They don't want to move because they are terrified of something. Oh, goody. Now, why are these birds all trying to get inside? What's going on outside? Oh. The birds that have moved inside the house and aren't just frozen in place have some strange behavior. They are acting like they have forgotten how to fly, and they are walking into walls. They are pecking at their own feet until their own foot detaches. Oh, fun.
Probably picking up on all the frequencies and weird stuff that's going on around us that we can't see, but we can feel. I can feel it. I'm sure you can feel it too. And animals feel it far worse than us. So that would explain that. Sun gods. I think there's something to do with the sun and worship for sure. Definitely historically, there's loads of records of it. But there's something about the sun as well. It's the one positive thing in this world is the sun.
Unpopular opinion time. The ceasefire between Iran and Israel, it's not real. And that's because the war is hardly real either. Now, don't get it twisted. Some civilians definitely got murked because it's always the poor that suffer when the rich play their fucking war games. But let's get into it. So obviously you had Trump on the day that the U.S. dropped bombs on the Iranian nuclear facilities, saying that they were decimated, set it back decades, right? But now you have leaked Pentagon documents saying that no, these sites were not damaged nearly as badly as stated, which is kind of crazy because those explosions looked fucking massive. So yeah, apparently the U.S. strikes did not destroy Iran's core nuclear assets. I mean, on top of that, you have this satellite image from just before the attacks, which appear to show a long line of trucks removing materials from the sites, right? So they snuck all the uranium out. So they still have like 400 kilograms of uranium, like plenty of uranium. So what does all this mean? I think it means they're opening the door for another attack, right? They want to leave that door open just in case. Meanwhile, you have RFK Jr. sitting here being like, oh yeah, I want us all to wear electronic data collection devices. Bro, what the fuck? I thought he was the last good one. He's compromised, obviously. They're distracting us with a fake war to push through draconian bullshit Big Brother policies.
Oh, we live in a shizzle show. Yes, we do.
NASA is like 1,000% a satanic organization, and what I'm going to share with you is honestly going to blow your mind. When you're researching the occult origins of NASA, you're going to find this wild blend of Disney, Freemasonry, Nazi intelligence, and Satanism. Walt Disney played a massive role in brainwashing the masses into believing in space travel. And Jack Parsons, founder of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratories, was a sex magic-obsessed dark occultist, heavily into Satanism. He was deeply connected with the infamous occultist Aleister Crowley, also known as the most wickedest man alive or the Great Beast. Now, this is nothing you'll get from a NASA press release or any textbooks. However, none of this is myth, but documented historical fact. So let's break it down into two parts now about Jack Parsons, because this guy was completely erased from not only history as a whole, but NASA entirely. In a sense, he is the real founder of the American space program. He wasn't just a rocket engineer, but a Thelemite occultist, a devoted student of Aleister Crowley and a high-ranking member of Crowley's organization, the OTO, the Ordo Templi Orientis, which was, honestly, one of the most satanic groups of the last century. Now, for those that don't know who Crowley is, this is a very dark figure who has left their fingerprints on everything in our modern-day culture, from the music industry to Hollywood, and of course the very space program of NASA. Now Parsons was named the chosen successor of Crowley and literally declared himself the Antichrist, running sex magic cults, performing arcane rituals and ceremonies to summon spirits. He'd also partner with the likes of L. Ron Hubbard, notorious sci-fi author and founder of the religious cult of Scientology. Yes, the one that Tom Cruise and all those celebrities follow. And they would later conduct these rituals and had a weird sex triangle between each other and some lady friends. In short, Parsons was obsessed with many things. But more importantly was getting rocketry into space, which he saw as very spiritual in accordance to his occult beliefs. He'd later die in a mysterious explosion and be completely omitted from the historical origins of NASA. However, they'd still honor his role in their ritualistic conception by naming a moon crater after him and naming their rockets after pagan gods. Apollo, Artemis, Saturn, and so on. All right, so let's get into Walt Disney and the Nazis' role. So after World War II, which was a false event manufactured by the elite to reset the world order, the US would launch Operation Paperclip, a secret program smuggling in thousands of Nazi scientists. Their war crimes would not only be erased, but they'd be rewarded into high-ranking positions into US government-sanctioned programs such as NASA. That's something you don't learn in school. So enter Werner von Braun, top Nazi rocket engineer under Hitler himself, suddenly rebranded as America's golden boy space pioneer. What does Werner von Braun do, right? He partners with Walt Disney, the man shaping the imagination of entire generations and future generations to come, and sell the idea of space travel. Now, before this propaganda campaign, the average person didn't even fathom the idea of space travel. They would use cartoons and documentaries to create their script for a new religion, space worship. And then this would create future propaganda films such as Star Trek, A Space Odyssey, Star Wars, Marvel, all the same propaganda to reinforce the same lie that you are a cosmic accident, Earth is meaningless, and space is your new god. Funny enough, Werner von Braun's cemetery is actually in the city I grew up in, and it's interesting he has a specific verse on his tombstone. Psalms 19:1, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Yeah, there's nothing to see there, I'm sure. Look, the truth is always hidden in plain sight for those with eyes to see, folks. And once you realize that space travel, and NASA itself, was born from black magicians, high-level occultists, Nazis and Freemasons sworn to secret oaths, you start to see what this is really all about, to disconnect man from God. And when you go deep enough down that rabbit hole and start to pull the thread on all these secretive Masonic orators and Kabbalistic cartels, you find that same goal. It is imperative to their power structure that we, the people, be deceived and never learn the truth about the current deception taking place, which is obviously contrary to the laws of nature and the Most High. To them, the masses must be deceived with every facet of reality, starting with the very ground they walk upon. You can lead a sheep to water, but you can't make it think. This message is for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, not 100% though, that the firmament is the prison, that we're in an Earth prison. And this could be hell on Earth. We could be here already, people.
Madonna, Priscilla. Madonna, Priscilla. Madonna, Priscilla. Madonna, Lisa Marie. Madonna, Lisa Marie. Madonna and Lisa Marie. Lisa Marie and Madonna. Madonna and Lisa Marie. And Lisa Marie and Madonna. Madonna and Elvis. Madonna and Elvis. Elvis and Madonna. Elvis and the Don. And the Don and Elvis. And last but not least, the Don and Madonna. All for entertainment purposes. Of course, I know that none of them are related whatsoever. They're just all doppelgangers. Entertainment only. And they're not clones, people.
I can see the Elvis in Donald Trump. I can see it.
If you know the Earth is flat, you've likely dealt with globers that try to say that ancient Greece knew that it was a sphere. I got this science book from 1896 called A Study of the Sky by Herbert A. Howe. You can find this on the Library of Congress website to read it yourself. I'm going to read you some of what it says about the different philosophers. The ancient Greeks, modern astronomy owes a great debt. Many of their theories were completely groundless, and many of their statements were very obscure and mingled with metaphysics in a most curious fashion, yet gems of truth are to be found here and there. Plato thought that we lived on a cube. To Pythagoras is attributed the beautiful but utterly erroneous doctrine of the crystalline spheres. To him also is ascribed the theory that the sun is the center about which the earth and the other planets move. This would nowadays be called a classroom theory because it was not taught or acceptable except in a private way among his students. The overwhelming influence of Aristotle soon erased it from the Greek mind. He placed the earth immovable in the center of the universe and did not allow it to rotate upon an axis. The celestial bodies were permitted to revolve around the earth in decorous fashion. So powerful was the influence of this intellectual giant upon the minds of thinking men for centuries afterward that the earth was not finally and forever displaced from the erroneous position which he assigned to it till the days of Copernicus. Aristotle's a big one that you'll hear them using. Basically, every other person that you hear contributed to the globe model, the globe that they're talking about is the firmament. They call it a celestial sphere and say that we live on a circle inside of it. I would highly recommend reading this if you can. It has some really interesting things.
A cube. That's a new one. That looks pretty flat to me. You know what I mean?
So how old were you when you realized that everything is designed to keep us docile, weak, and sick?
Oh, I would say probably about 32 years old, which was about 6 years ago, maybe a little bit younger. Let me know how old you was when you started questioning reality.
Huku Tunda kuna watu wanaweza shtua shetani. Always tukishow up tunakwanga majani, tukoshona tumeshona bila cherehani. Niko na Morio, kwao ni bastard, me and him together tulelewa sote kwa bastard. Mimi ndo Mwisraeli na zile fight jet gas laenda ukatangaze kwa makatel zote za Gaza. Twende turudi, Rongrene ndo Mbogi, wale vijana wamebeba vitu long kwa long. Kani ugali tuna fist kuengori kwa ndondi. I wish singewaijua na Eric Omondi. Nishaishtua nikashindwa kupumua.
The man has a goat foot. Well, that's a very suspicious tattoo. Yeah, I've heard the moon is a reflection of Earth quite a few times, and I've seen different patterns. Whether it's true or not, I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, that's got to be some 4D stuff if it is, because how that is, I have no idea. But, yeah, I don't know. Bonkers.
Listen up. Trump stated earlier, now that we have made peace abroad, we must finish the job here at home by passing the great big beautiful bill and getting the bill to my desk ASAP. And then says we are finally entering our golden age, which will bring unprecedented safety, security, and prosperity for all of our citizens. Safety and security. We know as Christians when that is said, sudden destruction comes. While nobody was looking, the Army recruited officers from Meta, OpenAI, and Palantir to serve in new detachment because the security that he's talking about is run by an AI technocratic state. We already know that Trump tapped Palantir to compile data on Americans. Peter Thiel's CIA-backed data mining firm honed its crime-predicting techniques against insurgents in Iraq. And now they're compiling data for Americans. Has anybody made the connection BBB? And in this big, beautiful bill, states can't regulate AI for 10 years? As in, these big tech companies can do whatever they please. And anyone who's awake knows Palantir will be a very big part of this, as well as Meta and OpenAI. They're literally a part of our military now. It's crazy to me that we are literally seeing the system being put together right now for the mark of the beast. No other time in history have they had this kind of technology or have been working on implants for your head. And people shrug this off just because someone they like is in office. As Christians, we are supposed to stay vigilant. The Lord told us to watch and wait for the signs. Not only is Palantir a problem, RFK said this earlier.
Diet, about their physical activity, about the way that they live their lives. We think that wearables are a key to the Maha agenda, making America healthy again. And we are going to, my vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years.
And just this year, we've had major volcanoes pop open. This one's been going on since December the 25th in Hawaii. This one just erupted. Greece had 10,000 earthquakes in just February of this year. We've seen a 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar that claimed 10,000 people's lives. In 2025 alone, we've had 54 confirmed volcanic eruptions already. In all of 2024, there were 74. So far in 2025, there has been 6,925 earthquakes worldwide, and that includes 4.0 and up. And as you can see, the earthquakes have increased a ton since last year. Oh, and wars and rumors of wars. I mean, Ukraine and Russia still going at it. We had India and Pakistan. We just seen Israel and Iran. I don't know if many people can see this, but Christians are starting to check off the boxes. Jesus told us what to look for in the end times. And the closer we get, the closer you need to come to Jesus. If you do not know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, the Bible says that if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that he died on the cross for your sins, you will be saved. Do not wait until it's too late.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in the world, peeps, isn't there? I mean, it is one crazy world out there. And if you are reading the Bible, Book of Revelations, there's a lot of things being ticked off right now, which would make you believe we are coming to the end times, I think is the saying for that one. But yeah, crazy world. What in the conehead is going on there?
This is scary news. They want to slap an electronic data collection device on every American within 4 years. And it's not a conspiracy theory. RFK Jr. said it himself on record before Capitol Hill. Quote, "My vision is that every American is wearing a wearable within 4 years." That's not about fitness. That's about full spectrum surveillance, 24/7 tracking of your diet, movement, and behavior, all under the banner of Make America Healthy Again. And here's the part no one's talking about. RFK Jr. was confirmed as Secretary of Health and Human Services in 2025. He now has the power to reshape the FDA, push federal mandates, and turn this vision into law. Forbes is already praising wearables for remote care, but this is the digital leash sold as health designed for control. When the government wants your heartbeat, sleep patterns, and calorie count on file, you're not a patient, you're a data point. So ask yourself, are you getting healthier or just easier to manage?
Yeah, interesting one, because technology, everyone's like, taking my information, but also it does help you look at your health and able to work out what you need to do more of and less of, X, Y, and Z. But yeah, it could be very nefarious as well. So who knows? I don't know.
What on earth?
Guys, this is 100% real. And why would anyone want to wear something like that? That is not fashion, that is demonic. This is nothing new to us. What I want you to do is research a certain club called the Red Shoe Club. Find out what material they use for the shoes that makes them shoes so red. And you will be shocked. But yeah, guys, this is the world we live in today. You have no remorse for the victims of this evil, demonic behavior.
Yeah, drinking blood. That is definitely sort of chucking it in our faces, I think. Whoa, okay, that is some serious flooding going on in China right there. Another example of just crazy phenomenons going on in the world in 2025.
Yo, the Matrix is tripping right now. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You know, there's a reason why you see all this stuff going on right now. You got war over here, war over there, ICE raids, protests. The Matrix is trying to drain your energy. It is trying to get your attention. Too many people are waking up right now, and the Matrix is not happy. I'm telling you.
Yeah, another really good theory, I think, is if we do live in a fear farm and people are waking up and not being in their fearful self, they're just like, nah, it's all propaganda, it's all a load of crap, not actually getting the reactions, then that fear farm energy is going down and down and down. So they're going to have to chuck loads of stuff at you to try and keep you where they're getting their energy from. A very good theory. I like that one.
Do you know why then Rockefeller, the Ford Foundation, and Linda and Bill Gates Foundation, I don't know, are paying for the Stalwart Vault in Norway to keep all the seeds that are not GMO? What is your stake on it?
The question was about why the Gates Foundation and the Rockefeller Foundation, Syngenta, which is one of the largest GMO corporations, a British Swiss company, why they financed the creation of a nuclear-proof seed vault to store all the seed varieties of the entire planet up near the Arctic Circle, inaccessible by Greenpeace boats or almost anything. What's going on with that? What interest do they have? Well, the BBC, when they did a story on it years ago, called it the Doomsday Seed Vault. I don't know. I can't answer that, but it sure is a scary thing to me. Are they planning to do something to the seed varieties of the entire planet and then be the ones who control what comes out and in what form it's genetically manipulated or not? I don't know, but it certainly is a very scary thing. One of the first things to happen when the U.S. bombed Saddam Hussein's Iraq back to the Stone Age in 2003, Iraq is the cradle of civilized agriculture, the Tigris-Euphrates Valley, Mesopotamia. And there was a seed bank of wheat varieties in a place in Iraq called Abu Ghraib. We've heard about it all through the prison. Well, during the course of the U.S. bombing of Iraq, that seed bank in Abu Ghraib disappeared. Nobody could say where it went. The farmers had to depend on the USAID to get seed.
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff, isn't it, really? Gives you shivers.
All of you that don't have a clue what's going on, I'm going to explain something to you. And I hope and pray that you listen. 2017, Trump's inauguration speech is where it all starts. He came out and said, "Today we are not transferring power from one administration to the next, or from one party to the next, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, a lot of people." What he did that day, a lot of people don't understand. He eliminated the entire act of 1871 right there. He had military intelligence on one side of him, They monitor everything, they record everything, emails, text messages, phone calls, etc. He had military tribunal judges on the other side. And he told you, for too long, a small group of people have reaped the rewards of government while the people have bore the cost. And he said that stops here, that stops now, that stops today. Right after that, he did an executive order, 13818-13903. The 13903 was arrest all involved in human trafficking worldwide, seize any and all property of anybody involved in human trafficking worldwide. That took out all your royal families, all of your government officials right fucking there. It took out presidents through other countries, ex-presidents, actors, rappers, country singers, etc. Okay? Men, Executive Order 13818 was put in place to protect we, the people. Inside of that, it tells you property blocked for human rights abuse and corruption. The corruption part's easy. All your federal, state, city, county, local laws, all your state statutes, all of your fucking gun laws, including background checks for guns that don't exist. And they haven't since 2017. The human rights abuse part is this. Go to look up Universal Human Rights Declaration Act, Articles 1 through 30, and it tells you right there, you were born free to live free. You were never supposed to be charged anything to live freely. In other words, you were not supposed to pay your rent, your mortgage, your loans, your credit cards. You're not supposed to pay for any damn thing. That is backed up by Abraham Lincoln's executive order, the promissory note. A lot of you guys don't understand that. Okay. In 2020, COVID happened. Okay, COVID, it doesn't exist. It was the vaccine that people ran to the hospital to get. Okay, that vaccine was a bioweapon. It was made to kill people. You'll find that out. However, Trump's warp speed stopped them from actually putting a lot of black and poison in that shit. You'll find that out. Moving on. A lot of people don't understand. On November 2nd, 2020, Trump signed the Proclamation Act of 1776, bringing us back to constitutional law only. He already gave us the power back, made us a sovereign country. Okay, now, moving on. July 4th, 2020, he did a second Declaration of Independence nobody knew about. You'll find that out. Moving on. December 9th, a lot of people don't know this. He signed the Insurrection Act because the government was trying to steal the country back from we the people by stealth. We thought there was supposed to be an election. No, nobody caught on to what he said in 2017. Once he gave power back to we the people, there is no fucking election. There was no more government right there. Gone. The Act of 1871. Bankrupt, dissolved, gone. Bye. Get over it, okay? Because now you're seeing a bunch of federal, state, cops, all kinds of people that are empowered and controlled over we the people being arrested on federal indictments. It's going to get worse. They came out and said that all law enforcement officials will be arrested for operating illegally in the United States Republic. All attorneys will be arrested also because they are a British accreditation registry. It is a foreign organization operating illegally in the United States. Now, everybody thought Trump left in 2021. Okay, no. You need to go look up Executive Order 13961. It was never a transfer of power. It was a continuation of government handing full authority and power over the United States military through the Insurrection Act on January 9th of 2021. On January 11th of 2021, Trump signed an Emergency Declaration Act for D.C., resulting from the problems with the 59th presidential inauguration. They faked an inauguration so that it would never cause a civil unrest. He stepped to the side and shined the spotlight on your real criminals, which was your government. Now, it makes their job a lot easier because people understand that the government was so fucking corrupt, they were so fucking sick, ripping people's faces off, all for a thing called adrenochrome. Human trafficking children through fucking federal court systems. Yeah, your judges are fucked. Every single attorney has been enforcing illegal unconstitutional laws since 2017. However, we've been common law since January 17th, 1963. Problem is the government never wanted to uphold that law because they knew if they did, they would lose power and control over we the people, and they would not ever have any control over us. We don't need a government to babysit us. We can govern ourselves. We don't need to be enslaved by landlords, corporation, company, organization owners that are enforcing federal, state, city, county, local laws, policies, company policies. Okay, all that shit is gone. Eviction notice is gone. Okay, March 4th is gonna be anything but normal. That's all I can tell you. Okay, I'm not at liberty to tell you what's fixing to happen, but there's a reason they're giving you guys the $5,000. My suggestion to you is this. Do not spend it on any bills. You need to buy food, water, supplies for at least 3 weeks. You better take me at my word. I'm dead serious. Your government is being dismantled, little by little right now. And they have been for a long time, actually. It's called the devolution plan. 90% of your government is gone, but you still have corrupt attorneys out here. You still have landlords. You still have company, corporation, and organization owners that are still enforcing laws that don't exist. And those people are the ones who violated that Presidential Executive Order 13818, which, by the way, it has been extended 4 times. Inside of it, it tells you property blocked for personal and private gain. If you think you've seen anything yet, trust me, you haven't seen nothing yet. When Trump said worldwide military leaders in that room with him, and this is the calm before the storm, you better understand what he said. A lot of people don't know that there is a secret weapon that they have. It's not a regular weapon like what you think. It is an actual court case done by United States Supreme Court, the highest court in the land. You don't get any higher than that. And when Trump said that we are the law and order, and that everything will go by the law of the land, that is exactly what he meant. Take my word for it, folks. Don't spend that shit on your bills.
Whoa, okay, a lot of information in that one. I'll let that one digest. Let me know your thoughts on that, people. But that is the end of the show, peeps. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the support, and I'll see you again tomorrow.